we need to gatekeep your Sam Bankman-Frieds from getting in here again. We need to gatekeep your Kevin O'Leary's from getting in. He's a snake. Kevin O'Leary was 100% complicit in helping FTX crash Celsius. We know now. Sam's behind every crash this entire year. Sam was behind Terra Luna. Sam was behind Celsius. Sam was behind Voyager. Sam was behind Three Arrows Capital. It's totally whack. Kevin knows this stuff will come out. So sure, Kevin, I tell you what, Kevin, you want to come after me for defamation? Come after me, bro. I have the evidence. We'll put it all out. Well, people in crypto today have to understand, especially in a bear market, you're not getting rich tomorrow. And so while you're here, come for the money and the Lambos, right? You stay for the ideals and the philosophies. We have to reject stock market 2.0. This has to happen. We have to have some kind of gatekeeping in this community. And I understand that's a very taboo phrase when it comes to crypto decentralization. We don't want to keep people out on an individual level. We don't want people to not be able to get into crypto because they don't have enough money. We don't want people to stay out of crypto because their state is regulated a different way. We don't want that kind of gatekeeping. But for those of us that work in this industry or in it every day, we need to gatekeep your Sam Bankman-Frieds from getting in here again. We need to gatekeep your Kevin O'Leary's from getting in.
Well, dude, you've been going hard on Kevin O'Leary this last week.
Yeah, for sure.
Why?
Yeah, he's a snake. He's a snake. It's very obvious. It's very clear. Like, I'm not going to spend too much time getting into the personal stuff of what happened in Muskoka in Ontario. People can look that story up. There's a lot of strange red flags. The local people will tell you a different story than anybody else in Canada will tell you about that. There's been some bad stuff in his past. I'm not going to get into the specifics of that. What I will tell you is Kevin O'Leary was 100% complicit in helping FTX crash Celsius. When you go back and you look at, because we know now, Sam's behind every crash this entire year. Sam was behind Terra Luna. Sam was behind Celsius. Sam was behind Voyager. Sam was behind Three Arrows Capital. Well, people think it wicked right down to the Three Arrows Capital liquidation and moved right back up. They were big game hunting. Why? Because they were slowly getting more insolvent by the day, and they needed those giant money dumps to try to keep the Ponzi going a little bit further. So when it comes to Celsius certainly has their own, the Celsius team, Alex Mashinsky, they definitely have responsibility. They need to be held accountable, and they are being held accountable. They will be held accountable. But Sam caused that. When you understand the true scam of what FTX was doing by counterfeiting coins and inflating them on their markets, and then you understand Sam has a gigantic short in on the Cell token, you realize that they were inflating the supply on the exchange the entire time in order to begin to tank Celsius. Kevin O'Leary, right at this exact same time, who we know is friends with Sam, who has defended Sam to the gills, even though 94% of people, according to my Twitter poll, believe Kevin's take on Sam is wrong, right? That he's a good guy. Nobody thinks that, okay? Despite all that, Kevin's company, also WonderFi, one of the last companies to pump money over to Sam. We know that they're thick as thieves. Does nobody else think it's weird that in June, right before everything started happening with Celsius, Kevin O'Leary is on CoinDesk saying, well, I think before we have a change in the market, we're going to have to see Celsius go to zero. What? Where did that come from? It's an FTX competitor. They were orchestrating it from the inside out. That's been the plan. If you look at the track record of FTX, who do they go after? Competitors of Solana, competitors of FTX. Those are the two types of coins. Everything they've gone after and they've tried to destroy, it fits within one of those two buckets.
Saying Mr. Wonderful's complicit, it's like, are you worried about getting sued? By the way, altcoin daily.
No, he can't. He can't sue me because he's guilty. And so if he defames,
but do you have hard proof? Do you have hard proof?
Oh yeah. If he accuses me of defamation, it goes to discovery and he loses. He won't go to discovery. That's why he won't come after me. Kevin O'Leary is not a person that sues. He's a person that settles. So if you look at the lawsuits that have been filed against him and even criminal cases against him, he pays people off. That's what he does. He doesn't want anything to go to discovery. He knows, and this is why Sam Sam Bankman-Fried, very similar. They all use the same. And look at the comparison between FTX and Kevin O'Leary. Look at the fact that FTX, centralized exchange, Super Bowl commercial, uses athletes to promote. Kevin O'Leary, BitBuy, Canadian exchange, use the same model. Super Bowl commercial, Kyle Lowry from the Toronto Raptors. It's the same scam. They were running the same scam in two different countries. They're thick as thieves. When you look at the money ties between WonderFi and between Alameda and between FTX, it suddenly starts to make sense what's going on there. In 2020, Sam hacked his own project, Cover Protocol, supposedly for $100 million. You look up the numbers, you'll see about 10 million floating around, somewhere in the $10 million range. There's a sworn testimony out there that says it was $100 million that Sam himself took, fled to Hong Kong. Why? Because there was a lawsuit in 2019 filed against Carrie Wang, Caroline, Sam. I think those three for sure. I think Sam Trabaco may have been named on it as well. It was getting close to discovery. He had to flee the country. Why? In discovery, all of this stuff comes out. There's a coin, SAMO coin, SAMO. This is the coin that FTX has used as a slush fund. He got up to $600 million in market cap. A meme coin that they ran, that they literally used to pay settlements and pay lawyers and pay individuals behind closed doors. One guy, Dave Mastriani, this guy attempted to sue FTX. And FTX said, well, we tell you what, because he lost $10,000. The coin that he was in, Cover Protocol, went up to 100, where he made like 300 or 400K. He couldn't withdraw it. There was no liquidity. And he kept trying to withdraw it, and they wouldn't let him. And then the price crashed. He ended up losing his original $10,000. So he was suing them for that amount. Well, Dan Friedberg and Sam came to him and said, okay, we don't want to talk to you about this lawsuit. We want to talk to you about your new job at FTX. What do you mean my new job at FTX? Well, we want you, this is all documented, emails, verified, fact-checked by NBC News. None of this is hypothetical, okay? Well, Dave, we want to talk about your new job at FTX. Well, what about my lawsuit? No. We're here to talk about your new job at FTX. You signed a contract, and we're going to pay you 1 Bitcoin for 30 days of advising us with NFT projects. Dave's like, okay. Now, if you go back to when this was, Bitcoin would have been between $50,000, $60,000 at this point, right? So he's thinking, okay, I put $10,000 in, I lost it, I didn't get my money out, but now I'm at least going to get, money coming in. They don't ever give him anything to do. He goes up their office. He's like, what am I supposed to be doing? Let me rephrase that. I don't know if he went to their office. It might've been remote. I'm not sure. But it's like, why are we doing this? The contract itself, which once again, fact checked by NBC News, the contract specifically had language letting FTX out of the liability from the Cover Protocol hack and liquidity scam, which Andre Cronje promoted as well. SBF and Andre Cronje promoted this. That was all they wanted. He didn't do anything. He didn't do anything at all the entire time he was there. All he did was collect 1 Bitcoin and sign away his rights to be able to sue them. That's the track record of FTX. They are criminals. They've been criminals since the beginning. They've been like the mafia. You look over what Kevin O'Leary's been doing the same stuff. He's been doing the exact same. Why do you think he says, well, 9 out of 10 people, that I know, tell you Sam's a great guy. Who thinks that? Who thinks that someone that literally stole customer funds, under the pretense of we're just letting you hold your money here? Be like, your bank taking your deposits completely and just gamble them in a casino. It's totally whack. Kevin knows this stuff will come out. So sure, Kevin, I tell you what, Kevin, you want to come after me for defamation? Come after me, bro. I have the evidence. We'll put it all out.